I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, and today I wanted to tackle the topic of Ashtar. And it was interesting how it came about, because what happened was during a recent chat session on my Patreon chat, the topic of Ashtar came up, and people were really curious, wanting to know a little more. And the question, what they really wanted to know was, so who is Ashtar, and where does he come from, and what species is he? That was kind of the mystery behind it. So I'm going to take some time and look at that question to see what things I was able to maybe tap into, or what I was able to see. And when I first focused on Ashtar, I get that he was part Palladian and he was part Nordic descent. So there's two different species at play there. And it looks as though he lived in the Pleiades system prior to coming to our solar system. But the interesting thing is when he first came to our solar system, I see that he was at Jupiter, or possibly a Jupiter moon, before he actually came here. So it was kind of strange how he came to our system, went somewhere else, but then later made his way to Earth. And when I visually look at him, just trying to tap into him or his being, he looked to be about 7 feet tall. His eyes were very, very blue, and his skin is more pale than the picture to the right. I just pulled a random picture just to have a picture on the blog to associate with the reading, but I saw that he was much more pale than that picture. And the thing that really stood out to me, it's almost like he had this glowing aura about him. And I got that is because he carries himself in a high vibration. So it's almost as if his high vibration gives him this illuminated appearance. It just kind of has this kind of like this glow to him. And it looked like when I tapped into him, he took interest in humans several centuries ago. So he was aware of the human species, but he hadn't really interacted or communicated with them. And when he left Jupiter, he went to explore, and he developed a strong compassion for humans, wanted to raise the vibration of this dimension. It's like he came here and he felt how maybe heavy it was, and he saw the potential of the beings here, us humans, and he wanted to help us raise our vibration. He also wanted to stay true to the fact of us being here to learn life lessons and expand and grow through experience and all those kind of things. But he felt as though it didn't have to be as hard as what it is. He also realized by raising vibrations, it opens up a whole other set of lessons that can be learned, because your spiritual self becomes more awakened as well. So rather than have to come back in a fourth dimension, fifth dimension, all these other things, he sees and feels the potential of what we can do in this third dimension that we exist in, without really crossing the boundary of needing to go to an elevated dimension. So it was like he sees the hope and promise within us that maybe we don't even see or even think is a possibility. So overall, I get that he looks to be genuine, and he wants to help us ascend. The one important thing that I got too was there's a lot of copycats out there. There's a lot of beings that try to manifest and look like him, and I feel as though they're trying to obfuscate what he's trying to do, because there's other powers out there that don't necessarily want us to ascend. They want to keep us in this earth trap, whereas he's not like that. So if you meditate, or you feel like you're wanting to communicate with him, or maybe you feel you're already communicating with him, be very clear and ask when you see the presence, or you hear the voice, or however your communication is working, that you state and say, are you Ashtar? And if you get any response that's not a definitive yes, you need to move that being on, because there's a lot of copycats out there. And that was really all I had for this reading, based on the questions that they asked me. But if you have more questions, feel free to leave a comment, and I'm happy to look at it. So again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thank you. Bye.